Ibrahim Mahama. Enye na obeye Ibrahim o. Aya mukasa, aya MPP for na kase Kufuor made Ibrahim. So Ibrahim was made before ne brother ebeye president. Enti anya ne brother na ebe make no. Na nke mpo no afa ne ebe make na enka bone ben. Because Nigeria for omu make it Dangote. They make people, they create people for themselves. But Ghana, who be creatia yes way. But this is a man, apart from Nima Mekwawa Servi MPP Dano. Ibrahim Mahama, Tama na do opposition no home fan, no the medical bills ni bill. 80 some say conflict of interest. Na time o tia na do medical bills na nya conflict of interest.
Ibrahim Mahama converts private jet into life-saving air ambulance for Ghana. Says say the business mogul. Okay, onwana tung abra. Ni new Bombardier private jets, Jata jets ebaye. Na obusa say as say no private jets na yetu. Private jets maintenance enye easy. And I say, of course, for God and country. Me private jet old one no ebe ma Ghana na ma convert no air ambulance e dey ma Ghana.
Ibrahim, so how do you feel about your old plane right now? My old plane, right now. My old plane is an air ambulance now. Emergency air ambulance for every Ghanaian. Not for me alone, for every Ghanaian.
So it's for every Ghanaian.
Yeah.
And then the America say the jets have taken off from Ghana. Echo for to several reconditioning mu ama atimi aye befitting enough to be called an air ambulance. Now my question is, those NPP folks that are so obsessed with Ibrahim Mahama, those who are calling him about the conflict of interest, and is it a good act? Have we ever in the history of Ghana received such a gift for someone like Ibrahim Mahama? A whole private jet, look at the amount it's worth. Or someone, we might think he's talking from a politician brother point of view. Politicians here, but another Ibrahim Mahama, the private jet, our person, the air ambulance, and the supporting emergency medical care. Our Ghana and the aircraft at the party Ghana on today, 3rd April 2026, for specialized modification. Now, once I complete this particular air ambulance, Ibrahim Mahama, all private jets, no. Ebeya dey able to me as life support system. Ebe serve public in critical health emergency. Kai, sir, when the matters got hot, the tragedy that happened on the 6th of August 2025, the 8 gallant heroes are elusive the former or the late former defense minister, Dr. Manebuama, Dr. Muntala, Omuni Nano, any 89 lose my life. No, helicopter crash in CBA. No, how I say a former remains. You really have a DNA test. Now you need a single one in the country. It took Ibrahim Mahama to say no. I'll volunteer. One family private jets, no one fan call. Yeah, we hear a full landing fee. Be taking care of one call. At that time, I didn't hear Mona more criticism. No, you didn't talk. But that was the day, the thought of turning the air ambulance into the private jet into an air ambulance. That was the day you considered the thought. Because when a tragedy hit the entire country, that country not standing still, no, there's no option, no alternative. We didn't have what it takes. So the man stepped in. Anna, yes, on the private jets, no certain young complaining. We all cherished and wished him well. A koba ye na nebra John Dramani Mahama, who used to be near a complaining a conflict of interest. Ana mebu say no 2 to na nua yi osade ko South Africa by eno so how dey won say some of the few MPP people who are trying so much hard say omema Ibrahim Mahama than a criminal woman so no omoka money too because open so in Ibrahim Mahama omo to say. So if you have problem with Ibrahim Mahama, probably then you go and have problem with open so because of your name. Now I end her after so on a new private jet, he could have waited, relax, and decide after some time, say, okay, I'll give it to the nation, the country, or no, I'll keep my thing, or I'll sell it. Baby, on that very day, that's what I'm telling you, say, sad day now, already the jet no call South Africa go DNA test. Any man the 8 gallant heroes, any who obia friends and body no. That was the same day the man considered that thought. So on the day of receiving the new private jet, he have already decided that the old one is going to be used specifically, not for the military to use it as their jet, not for the presidency. He could have done all of that. He said an air ambulance. To be able to do what that day, when the 8 gallant heroes died, we didn't have. And the belonging to the nation, the preco. The infantry serving such critical purposes. Now, that was a man that day, and Kremofo a womb, he offered, say, wow, my dear Kabiano, come forward again. Obesa in the bottom sika, apart from say he's in private jet, and he didn't care. Say, Ebia, being a politician and businessman, they could be owning some huge sums of money. He was ready to clear all that debts that day. Abba, will you always find time and day and effort to dig bad things about him? You keep on making comparisons about conflict of interest and we don't know where the conflict is. The only conflict in it is because of Enebra. And because of Enebra, you know, the man was a businessman, a Mugu businessman then, way back in 2000. And he shouldn't be a businessman because Nebra, a president view. My own fan private jet man Nebra, Abra, the nation, the country doesn't have one. But we didn't question him when Odema say if I'm going to DNA test in Fambra. Because we got black voter mines and a sankofa mines from a private person. Because on it, the amount mines, for how many years now? I almost applying a constructor. And so almost a month you are. He believes he has the capacity to take over. And he, no, a conflict of interest. And that same conflict of interest, Amokano, guess who signed? Samuel Abujinapo, the former Lands and Natural Resources Minister under NPP. Are some people deaf, mad, or dumb in this country? Who draw mass name far, Chaso? When the mass is not massing, Chaso. And Ibrahim Mahama, finally, the promise he made about the turning his private jet to air ambulance now, back into fruition because the private jet leaves Ghana shores today. And it will return as an air ambulance for every Ghanaian. All Ghanaians will have access. I hope say in direction will be enjoy be. Now, on the diamond mines, according to Afia Korankyewaa, formerly of NPP, what deflects echo NDC, and I say anytime a bon can kind of manner. I mean, say there, say MPP comparing Ibrahim Mahama to Gabby Asare-Darko. Or say if you don't shut up where you are, not you are.
Sana woba me yosem so a party bia wonu moto. MPP development in freedom no. Freedom na so me free o.
Na ye de Afia Korankyewaa be she ho.
Pacho.
Hwe, wo bua kwa so be mu atete, wo bua. Ado so bonkom ya mpacho se de o keep. Asma be to wo.
Me say freedom no, eja, e so mu free ho.
Yeah, the Afia
Korankyewaa. Google say freedom means power or right to act or speak as one wants.
Papa no to na ansa ben me papa no to.
Say no pebia no kasa. Say no pebia no act. Nti ase limit bi eni ho. freedom MPP aya na eya masefin pan say aya omo compare oranges to mangoes so you compare Ibrahim to Gabby and come on ye be da if they really know what they are saying omo ti ase enim ni akoso and come on ye be da sa Jennifer ka say is it the insurance can override enterprise insurance they never bidded for anything. It was a policy directive from the finance ministry. Go and cross-check. Cross-check it. It was a policy directive right from finance ministry into one copy. It's Ibrahim Mahama there. Some you be shema can do more de ba nanka ya direct your energy. Any your power alcohol. But so kwatwe Gabby werem. Akwatwe overrata be rema. Gabby na ma me watale MPP poster da.
How will you know?
Gabby kwa watale MPP poster da. Apart from I call let my vote counter you hwi na chi ode kire ye.
Na say eno kra na nya ya check poster. Da bi ese bi so bi bom na bi so wasem. Memo aka wasa be ese so bi bom na bi so wasem.
Ibrahim Mahama Mame. He was a former MPP voter regional woman organizer. Go and cross check. I said we only few knew.
But you mean him.
Unim. Good is say unim nyame hwa wo.
You dey mean true.
Former voter regional woman organizer. Which means was serving MPP dawo. Na busianka anka ne maame. A serving woman no. So you see these MPP people because one party monokrano yet to me engineer say two way ebusia bako na engineer say oh I jam me free mu na ba yo me who Christ na me free mu to ma menka
until we see we na me say me ka say menka man na ka say two
for akwesi former formina chairman Honorable Akwesinti. Aya wote ni oka. Ose want to me be hye yechi. Ose yen two for me na MP Esiama. All because Oyalan boy.
Omu ntokwa that dear.
Omu no. Wo kura wo your party ba. Na wo concession. Na so belonging to other party aye be sister West excavators. Aha for na Southwest da pa ye di big deal no. Ona kwot na oye pa e kan ye. E to wo ne ma free ye ayu. Enti anya me nwanwa say Ibrahim Mahama anya na obeye Ibrahim o aya mukasa aya MPP for na kase kufuo made Ibrahim so Ibrahim was made before ne brother ebeye president enti anya ne brother na ebe make no na nke mpo no afa ne ebe make na enka bone ben because Nigeria for omu make Dangote. They make people, they create people for themselves. But Ghana, who be creatia, yes, way. But this is a man, apart from Nema, make our serving MPP down. Ibrahim Mahama, Tama na do opposition home fan, no the medical bills ni bill. Mko yure. Otuabi. MP say MPP. Ah, omo chiro omo no. Omo ko Ibrahim ho ko jisika.
Hey.
Can someone no pay you?
I can't someone no pay. You me body. But MPP omo jisika we Ibrahim Mahama ho. Conflict of interest. Na time otua na do medical bills na nya conflict of interest.
You can't some children obom dede no.
Na nya conflict of interest. Time Akenoforiata. The bank was at the verge of collapsing. It was among banks and banks be a collapse. They see the data bank. But sorry, deny because of your finance minister. And the Besia, and my Ghana for home for so dear. And men they were free or my no market money. And when your conflict of interest. Some conflict of interest in India. Opa crime and because Ibrahim Mahama is a man. He has the capacity. Yeah. Asombia sama yeke nka asombia kese anka Ghana ye benya Easter ne say ye de ye natural resource concession ye de ama Ghanaian say je na fa Ghana fo adwuma no mo meye enka it will be the biggest peace ever and the biggest good news ever. But here we are, as diabolic and politicians as we are, yen cannot correct. Yen deliberating about this anka. Me dem feel say nke hia. Enka ya sem papa. Na me Ibrahim nyame nhra no. Because upon all that non so kra no, on season super so obeye papa. Upon all that and mamia serve MPP da no. So Ibrahim ka ye kan ko ye MPP ni.
So obi antran ka so e ko dem me be oye.
Papa. Ba ne brother e na wa be di ase ade ntia.
So tie ya.
Boy ya de papa ye to. Ba concession no conflict of interest na dey. Ya compare na ya contrast. Which is legal here as a nation no emwaye.
I don't like it.
Adaya yesese enka Gabby na de na jet man na do a anam se enka mo da so di nka agro aka ma ne nka agro no de tama na ye ma me ne papa no ani na edi enembre ye nyini a na wanya adwuma wonya sika ni di no ene nka be na wa ha. Get out of my face, get out of here. Osi masa osi da same Ibrahim Mahama according to mu MPP for ana mo se anakufo ana ye rich. Osi obetima ka emphatically say nanadu Gabby Asare-Darko ye friend saying Ken Oforiato none of them can no post MPP poster that mewa Ibrahim Mahama e bia na wunim. Did you know say na Ibrahim Mahama no a national youth a national organizer edema MPP or voter region ayo na kwa na me kura no me chance on this particular information. Sa papa no na ne maame kura ye pure MPP. Hey, ene your top position so muti bi say ba mi na papa ye NDC. Ana on so switch say ne bra kura da so NDC. Ana on so switch ko MPP. Ene Ibrahim Mahama de o businessman and no living the business. Wasn't the person belongs more of MPP than NDC. The only difference is say ne bra and the NDC. Is any bra here you don't see his affiliation with the NDC. But MPP there, mo na mo se kufo na make no. And obi aso nim say known fact say na ne maame regional organizer a voter region MPP. Again, I say in opposition, Abra Nana Danko Akufo-Addo eyare. Did you also know that Ibrahim Mahama contribute here for the health? And I'm say, hey, sir. I say enye negwasa papa no donation there enye ya here yenko a. Enye suzi pinamane e friend say Kofi Adoma wa woni mu nko a. We sikani kura na ohia mo obeboa. O say yes, it was some of the NPP MPs am ko nchen ekope no Kofi. And when you want to criticize and chastise someone like this, be careful. Because maybe the boss, the master that you worship, even worship him. O boss no master now worship no. Ebi on ko worship Ibrahim Mahama. Ana mesina under wine crampo ana Ibrahim Mahama ye jata cement. So what pictures in the videos are? You understand that this man have been filthy rich for so long. And he concluded say Onyane bra a connection to own a mining company. Ama wabe rich no. I don't get the theory. And he say munka manutum. And I agree. And this come to my message. Ibrahim Mahama ne converted private jets, a movie into as air ambulance. A free gun and there. It will return as an air ambulance. I best support emergency medical care. Should we hate such a man? Or should we say a prayer? Should we show him love? Prayer or hate? Tell me. Our comment section I say. We are subscribing, like it. Na shame unya enyabi ewe. Edino eba kope Maxi Billian. I will make a truth or Oldboga trends macro. Bye bye.